Today we'll be going over the best snacks to try at Disney Springs and the Walt Disney World Resort hotels for your upcoming 2025 trip. Hello and welcome to the Let's Go to Disney podcast. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Lucy.
Today is Sunday, January 19th, and you're listening to episode 71, Best Disney Springs and Resort Snacks for 2025. Before we get into today's main topic, here's what's going on in the parks right now. Our first news item is not actually from Disney, but over at Universal's new Epic Universe campus. The first of the three hotels, Stella Nova, had its soft opening this week. It will officially open later this week on the 21st. Initial reactions as well as photos and videos look really, really good. The lobby is bright and airy with beautiful pops of color themed to the cosmos. The outside of the building has thousands of brightly colored tiles with a color palette reminiscent of Deep Space photos, which actually, it looks really, really nice.
Oh yeah, that'll be a great hotel for sure.
I like the look of it, yeah. This week, Disney Parks blog shared a closer look at the Villains show coming to Hollywood Studios and the nighttime parade coming to Magic Kingdom. Disney said the Villains show, named Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After, will have the villains, which are summoned by the magic mirror, tell us how they've been treated unfairly for so long. Disney is hard at work to bring, quote, cutting-edge stage design, thrilling effects, and catchy live musical numbers that will celebrate the villains we love to hate. We can't wait to see this. Reminder that this will be at the very end of Sunset Boulevard, where the Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy was located until really recently when it had its permanent closure.
Yeah, right next door to Rock and Roller Coaster.
Exactly, yeah. The new nighttime parade named Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away will open in late summer of 2025. The parade will feature original Disney characters as well as new and future characters being added to Disney's rich history. They shared details of a Cinderella float inspired by original concept art of Cinderella by Mary Blair. The float will be, quote, anchored by a gleaming fountain of light that overflows to illuminate a cosmic ballroom. Other floats will be inspired by characters like Peter Pan, Moana, Frozen, and Encanto. They further said that parades, in a broad sense, they're not just floats, right? Other technologies will be utilized to bring the parade to life. It all sounds amazing, and we can't wait to see what they're going to do with this parade. It should be awesome.
Oh yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming to Disney. It's going to be great.
Yeah, in 2025 and beyond, so it's great.
Absolutely. Over in Dinoland USA, that has started its phased closures to start to make way for the Tropical Americas themed land named Pueblo Esperanza, and this is set to open in 2027. Triceratops Spin, Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, and Fossil Fun Games have officially permanently closed. I'm sure that land looks a lot quieter now.
Yeah, and it will, as things continue to close and walls go up. Yeah,
I'm very curious to see when the dinosaur ride will close. I think they'll try and hold that off as long as possible.
From the verbiage, it seems like 2026. We will probably have it for all of 2025 or close to it.
Really, if they're doing Indiana Jones, there's not much change to it other than the decor of it.
That's
the layout will be pretty much similar.
Exactly.
Because I've been on the Indiana Jones ride. It's very similar.
No, and that's the thing. And if we can expect something like Tiana's, so for example, the mountain didn't change, right? The actual ride
layout,
sequence didn't change. It's just the surface stuff.
The theming, yeah.
So
absolutely.
If they can do that inside of a year, if they start in 2026, they should be done in 2027.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the My Disney Experience app got a nice quality of life update this week. iOS users will now be able to see the status of their mobile orders as a banner at the top of their screen, even when the app is not open. You'll also be able to select the I'm Here, Prepare My Order button from here as well. It's a small change, but like we said before, all of these small quality of life improvements impact the overall experience using this app for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Festival of the Arts is officially underway. It started just a couple of days ago on Friday, which was the 17th, and then it's going to run through until February 24th. Initial reactions and videos are coming in, and it looks like it will be a blast for you.
100%. I can't wait. That the treat I'm most looking forward to is that rose. I think
it's so beautiful.
From Opening Bites, the food studio. Oh, yeah.
Hopefully it's as good as it looks.
100%. I'll let you know.
So for us, the basement renovation is officially underway. This is going to be week 1 of the 8 to 10 week project. The company doing the renovation delivered a large garbage container this week. Such an eyesore that's taking up half of our driveway. It's lime green, like I said, quite an eyesore, but it is what it is. We're going to get through it, and we're going to be out of sorts for a little bit of a while, but I keep saying short-term pain for long-term gain.
Yeah, I know. We keep saying that, but it is true.
Yeah.
In 2.5 months, it'll all be over.
Yeah.
Aside from that, it's been ultra cold here this week and into the weekend. As we're recording this, as of right now, it's minus 31 degrees, feels like minus 42.
That's Celsius,
and, yeah. And it is frigid. We're not coming out of this deep freeze until later on Tuesday afternoon. Tomorrow when we're leaving for work, it's going to be minus 33, feels like minus 48. It's moments like these that are that make us really miss Disney. I can't wait to be in warmer weather. I literally despise the cold. Like,
it's funny you say that because I texted my friend from work today saying it's his 40th. So I said, oh, happy 40th. And I said, it's cold. He says, this has made me want to retire to Florida. He said Florida specifically more than anything. Yeah. So they're Florida lovers too, him and his wife and their son. So everybody's feeling that way, I think.
No, and we know it gets cooler in Florida this time of year, right? But it's a lot warmer than here. I'll tell you that right now.
I even said I've been seeing videos of Americans saying about us Canadians in this minus 48 where we just have to deal with it. We still have to go to work. We still have to get groceries, get the kids to their activities. Our cars barely want to start, but we still have to live our lives in this minus 48 weather. And we're so used to it now.
No, exactly. And it's not unique to Canadians. We know the northern states, you guys have very, very similar weather and you know exactly what we're feeling. Like in Regina, we're like an hour and 15 minutes away from the Montana border.
Yep.
So yeah.
I'm sure it gets frigid there too.
It's probably just as cold today. Mm-hmm. With that said, let's get into today's main topic, which is the best snacks around Walt Disney World, resort hotels, and Disney Springs. A couple of weeks ago, we covered the parks, and as we were going through all of the snacks in the parks, we quickly realized that if we did it all in one episode, it would be like a really long episode. So we broke it down into 2 pieces. Now, if you enjoy Disney snacks, or if you think you might enjoy like doing that on your first trip, essentially like enjoying some different Disney snacks around the different places on property, a lot of snacks you're probably going to try, right, are in the parks. However, if you're staying on one of the Disney resorts on property, or if you're planning to go and visit some of the resorts at any point during your trip, it's good to know what's available at the resorts in case you want to try something while you're there. Not only that, but sometimes if you're having a resort day or you're coming back from your resort earlier in the day or heading into the parks later in the morning, it's nice to know what's available at your resort that's worth trying and what's maybe less worth it.
And then, of course, you have the beast that is Disney Springs. So Disney Springs is, as you know, Walt Disney World's dining and shopping district. There are literally a ton of dining options here, and by extension, a ton of snack options as well. Most guests will come to Disney Springs for at least a few hours during their trip. So again, it's nice to have a really good idea of what's available and what could be worth trying while you're there. Disney Springs especially can be a little bit overwhelming when it comes to eating simply because there's just so many options. So with that said, let's kick things off at the monorail resorts around the Seven Seas Lagoon, just outside of the gates of Magic Kingdom. These resorts are perfect for a quick break from the parks because they are literally so physically close and so easy to get to. You can literally walk, take the monorail, or a boat to these resorts. And unless you're staying at a monorail resort, you may not have taken the monorail, and that in itself is just a fun ride.
Agreed, yeah.
Of course, you could use this to park hop from Magic Kingdom to Epcot, but if you don't have park hoppers, it's definitely fun to just get out of the park quickly and then do a quick loop.
Just to say you did.
Yeah, exactly. So let's head on over to the Contemporary Resort first. This is the resort that is physically closest to Magic Kingdom. You can easily walk there, or it's the next stop from the Magic Kingdom on the monorail. This is a large, concrete-colored, A-framed shaped resort that you can see from Magic Kingdom when you're standing there. It's very easy to spot.
It's iconic, right? It's one of the opening day resorts. So, yeah.
So inside the resort, you're going to find the quick service location called Contempo Cafe. They'll, of course, have your regular quick service options, but their bakery and dessert menus are definitely full of fun snacks. They have the chocolate chip croissant, which is literally gooey chocolate chip cookie dough baked inside of a butter croissant, and it is absolutely divine. They also have resort-themed treats like the Monorail S'mores Brownie, which is a fudgy brownie with a graham cracker crust topped with a marshmallow creme and then a chocolate decor. And they have the 5-legged goat fruit tart, which is a nod to the large Mary Blair murals in the lobby. So this treat is a vanilla tart shell filled with raspberry lemon curd, topped with fresh fruit and lemon whipped cream. That's almost like a lighter
for sure.
Snack.
And on the Mary Blair murals, if ever, like, again, you're looking for a break from Magic Kingdom, you can walk to Contemporary. It's like probably like a 7-minute walk, if that, and go check out those murals.
Absolutely.
They're like on a large pillar, like right in the middle of the lobby. It's actually on the 4th floor because that's true. Yeah. Like the resort is kind of funny that way, right? Because the monorail goes through it and that happens on the 4th floor. And that's where you're going to be able to see those large murals. But anyways, they're worth checking out. And it's a part of Disney history, right? Mary Blair is a iconic Imagineer, like a artist. The
designer,
facade, the facade for It's a Small World, the Disneyland version, the color scheme, that's her, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's fun to go check that out for sure.
For sure. That resort itself is just very unique, like we said, because the monorail runs through it. So it's very fun. We love resort hopping and just checking them out. So
exactly. And
it's definitely worth it to get a snack while you're there.
No, exactly. And like I said earlier too, it's 1971, right? It's an opening day resort rather. So
Yep.
And moving right along to the next resort stop on the monorail, we're heading to the Polynesian Village Resort, one of our favorites. So this resort has some stellar dining options in general, and it's home to the hugely popular Ohana, and that's one of our favorite resorts on all of Disney World property. On that note, if you want some of the menu items from Ohana without committing to the entire dining reservation and the all-you-care-to-enjoy menu, you can head to Tambu Lounge right next door. After 4 p.m., they're going to have some of the menu items from the Ohana menu that you can order a la carte, like the noodles and the bread pudding. Having a drink here and splitting something like that could definitely be a great snack for sure. The main quick service restaurant at the resort is Captain Cook's. They have some standard options, but a couple of standouts are the Tonga Toast, which is on their breakfast menu. So this is a banana stuffed battered sourdough bread, which is deep fried and dusted with cinnamon sugar, served with bacon or sausage, and it's really, really tasty. Quick note, you can also get this upstairs at Kona Cafe, which is the other table service restaurant at the resort. But of course, it's more expensive here, and it's served with strawberry sauce. Captain Cook's also has the popular pulled pork nachos, which are topped with cheese, spicy mayonnaise, pico de gallo, and pineapple salsa. It's a big portion, but again, if you're sharing it, it can definitely be more of a snack. A big snack, but it's still a snack. Their dessert menu has the Moana cupcake, which is a vanilla cupcake with toasted coconut mousse filling, buttercream, coconut flakes, and a white chocolate Moana piece with a fresh orchid. It's a visually pretty and tasty treat, especially if you've got Moana fans in your party.
And then still at the Poly, right outside of the back doors of the main lobby near the pool, you're going to find Pineapple Lanai. This is essentially a Dole Whip stand. Their menu is tiny but mighty. You get the Dole Whip here or vanilla soft serve, or the best of both, the swirl. They also have the Dole Whip floats. If you are staying here or going around on the monorail, look no further for your Dole Whip needs.
Yeah, 100%.
So then next up, let's head on over to the Grand Floridian Resort to round out the monorail resorts. This swanky resort is home to the quick service Gasparilla Island Grill, which has some destination-worthy snacks of its own. Of course, this has your standard quick service options, but it also has the Mickey Chocolate Choux, which is a chocolate pâte à choux with chocolate chantilly cream, and it is delicious. Definitely worth trying for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
It sounds so fancy, it belongs definitely at the Grand Floridian.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
They also have the raspberry tart, which is a vanilla bean sable filled with raspberry frangipane, and vanilla pastry cream topped with raspberries, which is fresh and delicious as well. They also have the marshmallow pecan brownie filled with sugared pecans, caramel sauce, and topped with a chocolate ganache and toasted marshmallows. It is also a very good option here as well.
Yeah, 100%. It's sneaky, right? It's a quick service location, but it has some really good treats. Not on the monorail, but still in the Magic Kingdom area is the Wilderness Lodge. You can take a boat from Magic Kingdom to Wilderness Lodge or the bus as well. This resort, when it comes to dining, is best known for Storybook Dining at Artist Point, right? That's probably their most famous restaurant.
So good.
But that's not where we're heading, right? The main quick service location at this resort is Roaring Fork, which is just around the corner from Storybook Dining, just as a kind of an aside, close to the pool. This place has standard options, but their dessert menu has the Campfire Cupcake, which is a chocolate cupcake with chocolate rocks, buttercream, and marshmallow. It sounds simple, and I guess like it is simple, right? But it's a cute treat. The icing, chocolate, and marshmallow pieces look like a little campfire and with like a little marshmallow on a stick that's like made out of chocolate. It's super cute. Having said that, it's not destination worthy, meaning we wouldn't go out of our way to get we wouldn't just go to Wilderness Lodge to get this cupcake,
no, for
right?
Sure not.
But if we're staying there or we're visiting because we're eating at, Geyser Point or whatever, we might pop there over.
For a little sweet treat.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, switching gears now, let's head to the boardwalk area. So this area of the parks is literally just outside the gates of the International Gateway entrance to Epcot, which jets out in between France and UK when you enter the park. But on the outside, you have 3 Disney proper resorts and the whole boardwalk area in general. Just a quick PSA here, you should definitely take a half hour or so out of your Epcot day just to walk around the boardwalk. Even if you're not coming for any particular reason, it's definitely worth checking out because it's really such a beautiful area of the Walt Disney World Resort as a whole. And I feel like not many people, I shouldn't say that. I feel like a lot of people don't know about it, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I'll give you an example. Like some of our friends who are heading down, the ones that were heading down at the same time as me, I don't think they've ever heard of the boardwalk, right?
No.
And because I haven't mentioned it to them and they don't have any reason to go there. But again, if they can just pop out, it's definitely worth to go see because it is really nice there.
Yep, absolutely.
With that said, let's kick things off at the Boardwalk Inn Resort. Here you've got the Boardwalk Deli. They have some delicious sandwiches here and similar items, but if you're feeling peckish, they also have a bakery with some good options. Standard in terms of offerings, but well executed. They also have the Mickey Cinnamon Rolls here if you're wanting that. You also have the Boardwalk Ice Cream, which serves up classic scooped ice cream in a variety of flavors, as well as some fun sundae options as well.
Right next to the Boardwalk Inn, you'll also have a few snack options. Although they are not technically part of the resort itself, they're just steps away. So the first is the Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs. This snack location opened earlier in 2024 and serves up classic and outrageous versions of this popular treat. And then nearby, you have the Cake Bake Shop, which is a table service restaurant, but they also have the attached bakery here as well. Now, we haven't actually been here yet, but Oliver will be checking this out later this month, but we've heard two things consistently from the offerings at this bakery. One, they are very, very expensive, and two, they're very good. So on their menu, they have croissants, cake slices, pies, cookies and bars, pastries, fudge, pretty much any sweet treat you can think of, they've got it.
Yep.
So the cake slices run up at a price of about $23, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. But Oliver will definitely be trying one and reporting back how they are.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm thinking the Millionaire Cake, which is 3 layers of Valhorna French chocolate cake filled with Calibut Belgian chocolate ganache, homemade salted caramel sauce, vanilla buttercream, and homemade butter shortbread cookies, all topped with Calibut Belgian chocolate fudge, more shortbread, and salted caramel sauce. I mean, really, how bad could that be?
You are literally a sucker for salted caramel.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like we always say that. I'm a sucker for peanut butter. I'm a sucker for Nutella.
You're a sucker for sweet
I
in general,
I do have a
but
sweet tooth.
That one does sound pretty epic. That almost sounds... I'm more of a savory versus sweet, and you're more of a sweet versus savory. Like I'll choose chips over chocolate, and you'll choose chocolate over chips.
100%. And Lucy's right. Like I do really enjoy salted
caramel. You do.
Caramel.
So I think this will be that. I think is definitely up your alley. I'm excited for you for that one.
Yeah.
So across Crescent Lake, on the other side of the boardwalk, you're going to find the Yacht and Beach Club resorts. So lake is a loose term here. We're not talking very far, maybe a 5-minute walk. The Beach Club has a popular table service restaurant, Beaches and Cream, which serves up classic diner-style food with a stellar dessert menu featuring delicious and outrageous sundaes. But they also have a walk-up window where you can just get your standard scooped ice cream to the more decadent sundaes. We love to pop out of the World Showcase, have an ice cream treat here, relax for a little bit, and then it's a really good way to slow down on a busy, almost sometimes exhausting Epcot day, because you are walking a lot in Epcot. I feel like you walk the most in Epcot. I don't know why, I just do.
No, it's probably because we walk around the World Showcase.
We enjoy the World Showcase, so we do walk, and our kids have now officially become Beaches and Creams kids. They're like,
100%.
Are we going to get ice cream?
And you're right, like as a break from Epcot, especially when it's hot, because like the concrete around the World Showcase, if you've been walking all day, it does get really, really hot there, especially like in the dead of summer. So it's nice to pop out and just sit in the shade and have an ice cream.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now let's hop on the Skyliner and head to the Riviera Resort. So it's really easy to get to the Riviera from Epcot because it's the first rolling stop essentially on the Skyliner from Epcot. This resort, in our opinion, is beautiful. Some people will tell you it feels a little sterile and doesn't have enough character, but we love it. Yes, it feels a little bit more upscale than some of the other Disney resorts, but not as much as the Grand Floridian. Like the Grand Floridian,
so true.
For us, it's a flagship resort. And it's the one that's like the most hoity-toity. And,
it has a spa. That tells you something.
And Riviera it does feel a little bit more upscale, but it's not hoity-toity. It's a really nice resort.
It kind of gives me Coronado vibes, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So the lobby is much more modest, but the rooms are beautiful. And while its dining options are limited, they're pretty great. So first up, let's head to Le Petit Café, which is right in the lobby of the resort. They have specialty coffees and some delicious pastries. They have a selection of seasonal macarons. The chocolate almond croissant is really tasty, as well as the lemon madeleine. We love this little cafe. Plus, there's a really nice sitting area with some Disney memorabilia like right next to it, which is a nice place to enjoy coffee and take a break from the parks. Out by the pool, you're going to find Bar Riva. You might wonder why I'm bringing up a pool bar when we talk about snacks, but this pool bar is home to a seriously tasty treat, which is the Riviera Cookie Skillet, which is a warm Riviera cookie topped with pistachio ice cream, and it's so good. It's definitely worth hopping on the Skyliner just for this treat. And over at Primo Piatto, which is their quick service location, you can get the Riviera cookie, which is the same cookie that's found in the one I just talked about, or the banana bread, which are both really good. They have classic quick service options here, but they also have some specialty, like kind of French themed eats, right? Yeah. Like the coq madame, which is a coq monsieur with an egg, or just a classic coq monsieur, similar to what you can get over at Les Halles at the French Pavilion in Epcot. And they also have like a ham and brie baguette, among many, many other options.
And then the next stop on the Skyliner is the Art of Animation Resort. So being that this is a value resort, dining options are limited here. Their main quick service location is Landscape of Flavors. They have a cute and tasty cupcake here, which is a mermaid tail cupcake. It's a vanilla cupcake filled with pineapple and then topped with coconut buttercream, white chocolate mermaid tail, graham cracker crumb, crispy pearls, and glitter. So very fancy. And the kids, that's something little girls and boys will love very much.
Yeah, it's a cute treat.
Right now, they also have the I'm Nemo cheesecake, which is a classic cheesecake coated in a shimmering blue ocean glaze with graham cracker sand and then a white chocolate Nemo, which is very cute.
Yeah, neither of these treats are destination worthy, but I might have one or both of these since I'm staying there a couple of nights in less than 2 weeks.
You might as well. You love cheesecake.
Yeah, exactly. I do.
I'm going to keep saying everything you love.
I know. Cheesecake, peanut butter, salted
Calling
caramel.
you out for your sweet tooth.
Yeah, apparently.
And then across Hourglass Lake at Pop Century, in their newly refurbished Everything Pop Shopping and Dining, which is their quick service location, they have the PB&J croissant, which I'm told is delicious. And given that Oliver loves peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm also staying here for a couple of nights and I'm going to be 100% trying that because I've seen this thing. I haven't had it yet, but I've seen it on social media and it's like stuffed with like a peanut butter buttercream kind of thing. So
can't go wrong. Our son also loves a good croissant, as he would say.
Yeah, he does.
A good croissant.
Yeah, what's not to love, really?
Another thing, too, that they don't always have on their menu, but they often will have it, you just have to ask, is the tie-dye cheesecake, which really just tastes like a regular cheesecake, but it's tie-dye, so it's really fun to look at. And it's probably picture-worthy.
Exactly. It's a fun-looking treat. All right, now heading to the Disney Springs area resorts, we're heading to Port Orleans French Quarter for one of our all-time favorite snacks on all of Disney property, and that's the Mickey's Beignets from Scat Cat's Club Cafe. Now, I don't want to overhype these too much.
It's okay. You can overhype it.
But these are amazing. Okay, so they come with 3 or 6, but 3 is plenty for 2 people.
It is, yeah.
But if you were a family of 4, I'd go for 6 for sure, but Lucy and I are always happy to share just the 3. It comes with a dipping sauce, either salted caramel, strawberry, or chicory chocolate ganache. And you can get additional sauces for $1 each, which we recommend because they're all good.
All 3 are really, really good. Yeah,
agreed. And over at Sasagula Floatworks and Food Factory, which is the quick service location, they have the espresso croissant stuffed with espresso cream filling. Yes, please. I'm staying 3 nights at Riverside coming up, and it's a short walk over to French Quarter, so you can bet I'm coming for both of these treats. Side notes, they also have the Wishing on Stars, which is a mango mousse with coconut lime gelée, coconut glaze, and decor, which is a limited time offering. I've not had this, but it's super cute, so you may want to try that as well if you're staying here coming up. And over at Riverside, you can also get the espresso croissant at Riverside Mill Food Court, which is their quick service location, but no beignets, right? You do have to go to French Quarter at Scat Cat's Club Cafe if you want those. And we should mention while we're on this topic, if you're wondering, which beignets are better? So the Tiana beignets at Magic Kingdom or the Mickey beignets at Scat Cat's. They're both tasty, but it's hands down the Mickey beignets at Scat Cat's. Like it's not because they're Mickey shaped, although it doesn't hurt. They're just like
fluffier.
Yeah, fluffy, like pillowier.
Yep.
If that's
made more with love. I don't know. There's something about those ones.
100%. They're really, really
Absolutely.
good. Yeah.
All right, next up, let's head on over to Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is kind of on its own away from the other resorts and then closest to the Animal Kingdom Park. The quick service location at this resort is named the Mara, and it's home to another one of our favorite snacks on property, which are the Zebra Domes. These are made from amarula cream liqueur mousse, surrounded by a layer of white chocolate and then drizzled with chocolate and chocolate shavings, all sitting on a very thin base of cake. It sounds fancy, but it's actually really not. These are simple, but super tasty. We absolutely love these.
Yeah, agreed.
You'll find these in the grab-and-go coolers over there, and then they come in a pack of 4. They're not very big, so it'll give you a good taste, and you can definitely share these. And then quick note as well, if you eat at Boma, which is the buffet table service restaurant at the resort, they have Zebra Domes at the dessert counter, so you can literally have as many as your heart desires.
Yeah, 100%. We ate here on our last trip, and I think I ate like 4 or 5 of them just
I think you did,
by myself. Yeah, they're just that good.
Now, we didn't cover Fort Wilderness, the All-Star Resorts, Old Key West, or Saratoga Springs. And it's not that these resorts don't have snack options, but we wouldn't really go to these resorts for snacks. Fort Wilderness is a little bit out of the way, but we would go there for the Hoop-de-Doo musical review. And then Old Key West and Saratoga Springs are so close to Disney Springs, which also has a lot of snack options. And that's where we're going to head to next.
Yeah, exactly. So like we said earlier, Disney Springs is Walt Disney World's shopping and dining district, and there's a ton of dining options here. And of course, that also means that there's a lot of snack options as well. Now, we won't cover all of the snacks at Disney Springs because there's literally hundreds, but we'll talk about some of the more popular ones that you may want to consider if you find yourself in Disney Springs, or if you're wanting something sweet or savory without sitting down for actually like a full-blown meal. So first up, we're heading to Amorette's Patisserie. This is essentially a bakery that makes beautiful and tasty treats. Even if you don't intend on buying anything here, it's definitely worth just walking inside to see what they have displayed because they really do have beautiful bakery items here.
They do, yes.
They're well known for their dome cakes, which are just like so cute, and they have them themed to a bunch of different Disney characters, as well as their petite cakes, which are cylindrical, larger, and also more expensive. They also have options like the Amaret's Rose, which is a chocolate biscuit with dark chocolate mousse and raspberry sauce, a pistachio eclair, macarons, among many, many other options.
The basket at Wine Bar George is the walk-up window that is attached to the restaurant of the same name. Here you can get some of the menus from the sit-down restaurant, but take them to go with you. Some standout options include the crispy mac and cheese bites, which are really, really good, as well as the Millionaire's shortbread, which is made with buttery shortbread, caramel, and dark chocolate. This one was excellent.
Yeah, 100%. We had this on our last trip at and then
pouring rain.
100%. It was the day that Helene came through.
Yes.
And like, it wasn't like the parks didn't close or anything, neither did Disney Springs, but it was like windy and rainy. And we were like in the corner little table outside, right around the corner from
the restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. And
we avoided the rain.
We did avoid the rain, and it was really tasty.
Absolutely. So then over at Cooks of Dublin, which is right beside the table service, Raglan Road, you'll find the delicious fish and chips here that are definitely worth getting. So note that this is actually a meal, but more of a large snack if you are sharing with someone.
Exactly.
They also have the Irish cheese and bacon dip here, which is divine. That's definitely a delicious snack that you should definitely be trying.
Yeah, 100%. Cheese and bacon, 100%.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Everglazed Donuts and Cold Brew serves a ton of donut options ranging from your standard classic glazed donuts to some pretty outrageous combinations like Cinnamon Toast Crunch with cinnamon icing, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, and buttercream frosting. That would be extremely sweet in my opinion,
agreed.
I think,
Yep.
but definitely worth trying if you have that big sweet tooth.
Yep.
And then the Ganachery serves up quality chocolate ganache in 16 different flavors like caramel fleur de sel, peanut butter, pistachio, and more adventurous flavors like chipotle. So you can get these individually or in boxes of 6, 9, or 16.
Yep. And next we're heading to Girardelli's Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop, which will certainly satisfy anyone's sweet tooth, right? You've likely seen or eaten Girardelli's chocolate at some point in your life. They have specialty sundaes here that are next level, and the prices certainly match that. So these are $18 to $22 each, like on average. They have options like the world famous hot fudge sundae made with vanilla ice cream, handmade hot fudge, whipped cream, diced almonds, a cherry, and a milk chocolate caramel square. And the Land's End salted caramel brownie sundae made with a full-size chocolate brownie, caramel sauce, sea salt, vanilla ice cream, handmade hot fudge, whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and a cherry. You definitely need to share that one.
Yeah.
They also have milkshakes, hot cocoa, like specialty hot cocos, and specialty coffees on their menu as well. And next up, we're heading to Gideon's Bakehouse. So this place needs no introduction. When you think about snacks at Disney Springs, this likely is what comes to mind, right? It's always crazy busy, meaning line up to get in busy. Sometimes they even operate a virtual queue. This place sells massive 1-pound cookies, decadent cake slices, and specialty cold brews. Each month, they have a specialty cookie that is offered like for the length of the month and until they sell out each day. So they'll make a specific amount for the day. And then when they sell out, they're out until the following day. And then they have their mainstays as well. The cookies here are no joke, right? They're literally like a couple of inches thick with an obscene amount of various toppings like sweet chips of different flavors, chocolate, peanut butter, toffee, among many, many others. Most people want to try the place at least once for the popularity alone. Reviews for the most part are pretty positive, but there's a lot of people, like a subset of the people that try it that don't see the appeal. And we think there's a couple of reasons for that. For one, it's very, very overhyped, right? Like literally all the time. It's talked about all the time. It's all over social media. So it's
overhyped.
Yeah, exactly. And two, it's always busy. Like you're always looking at some kind of a way just to walk into the place. And at the end of the day, it's cookies and cake. Are they good? Yes. Are they over the top? Also, yes. But we've had them a few times and they are good. But even between us, I really like them. And Lucy is kind of like lukewarm on them, right?
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I was getting my own cookie the first couple times we went. I would maybe take 3-4 bites of it and then it would sit in the fridge, the little mini fridge in our hotel room. And then I would end up throwing it up. Throwing it out. And then I would throwing it out. So it was really a waste. So now Oliver gets his cookie and then I will just take a couple of bites just to try it. And then I'm good. And then he can have the rest.
Yeah, exactly. So your mileage may vary here, but we do think it's worth checking out at least once.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually kind of a fun little shop just
in
general.
It's very uniquely themed in there. It's kind of like dark and like not dingy, but I
want to say almost Halloweeny, but not Halloweeny. But
but I get it. It's like bats and like little vampires or whatever the characters are. Anyways,
exactly.
just you have to go in and to kind of see what we're talking about.
So next up, we're heading over to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. This is a lounge themed to the Indiana Jones franchise, and this is definitely one of our favorite places to stop for a drink and light bites in Disney Springs. They have a rotational menu and will usually have some really tasty and fun themed offerings themed to the time of year. But they also have some permanent offerings as well, like the Air Pirates cargo-loaded pretzel with prosciutto, sliced brats, artisan pepperoni, smoked cheddar, black diamond cheddar, caraway pickles, spicy mustard, and a beer cheese fondue. They also have the candied bacon strips, meatballs, deviled eggs, and like we said, they do seasonal twists on these as well.
Yeah, we had the Christmas deviled eggs. So
and they had like a ham on it, didn't it?
Yeah, it was like a candied ham.
Yeah.
And then the shell on the deviled eggs had been like colored with food coloring, right? So there was like red ones, green ones.
And super, like the ham was super delicious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stopping here for a drink and sharing an appetizer is definitely a good snack option in Disney Springs for sure. It's definitely one of our favorites. Plus, the atmosphere of the restaurant itself is very cool.
Yeah, 100%. If you're an Indiana Jones person, you got to check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Over at Marketplace Snacks, you'll find those bubble waffle sundaes that are actually pretty popular. You'll see those on social media as well.
Yep.
Some guests absolutely swear by these. They're served in kind of like a cardboard cone with a bubble waffle on the outside and then ice cream and toppings on the inside. They'll get their seasonal offerings here as well, depending on the time of year. Some of the things you'll find on the menu are the Goofy Peanut Grand Waffle Sundae with vanilla and chocolate swirl soft serve, hot fudge, peanuts, sliced bananas, sliced strawberries, M&Ms, and a cherry on top. There's a lot going on there.
Yep.
Or the mini sweet strawberry waffle sundae that has vanilla soft serve, strawberry topping, sliced strawberries, and white chocolate crisp pearls, among many others.
Yeah, like Lucy said, these are really popular. We've not actually ever had one.
No, we haven't, yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
we should try one, maybe,
how bad
just
could
to
it
say,
be? 100%, yeah. Next up, you've got Morimoto Asia Street Food, which is the quick service window that's attached to the Morimoto Asia table service restaurant. So just like Wine Bar George, you can get some of the menu items from the restaurant inside to take to go with you, right? So you can get ramen bowls, egg rolls, dumplings, among other options. Pepe by Jose Andres is a similar thing as well, from the same chef who runs Jaleo. They sell flautas, sandwiches, patatas bravas, gazpacho, among many other options. Again, you can grab something on the go and make it a good snack when sharing it with whoever you're with. Salt and Straw is a classic ice cream scoop shop in the sense that you can get your classic scooped ice cream. They do have standard flavors, but you'll also find some really, really unique flavor combinations here that are above and beyond your typical ice cream flavors, like the Aberkina olive oil or the strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper. If you're
so unique.
If you're feeling adventurous, you can try one of these more complex flavors, or you can go for something, a little bit more safe or traditional, like sea salt and caramel or chocolate brownie. And Summer House on the Lake is a newer addition to the table service restaurant scene at Disney Springs. They also open a bakery that serves big, delicious cookies that are more reasonable in size and toppings than Gideon's, right? So lots of people prefer these cookies over Gideon's for that reason alone. They have a huge selection of classic flavors like chocolate chip, peanut butter, snickerdoodle, among many, many more. The bakery is in the lobby of the restaurant. And of course, if you're actually dining here, you can get cookies from the bakery for dessert.
And then next up is Swirls on the Water. So I feel like we're saying this a lot, but this is definitely one of our favorite snack stops to make when we're in Disney Springs. And that's true whether it's just the two of us or if we have the kids with us. This counter service location serves classic and specialty Dole Whip flavors and ice cream. Simple, of course, but always delicious. They always have a seasonal flight here as well, which are usually 3 combinations of 2 flavors. One is always usually that classic Dole Whip with vanilla soft serve with 2 other flavor profiles. So for example, right now they have the Dole Whip pineapple swirl with vanilla soft serve with a pineapple wedge. That's the classic, like we said. And then they have the Dole Whip raspberry swirl with Dole Whip lime with raspberry crispies, and then the Dole Whip strawberry swirled with soft served chocolate with chocolate crisp pearls and a strawberry half. We'll usually stop here at least once on our trip to try this flight or just a classic swirl.
Yeah, exactly. And like Lucy said, like we said that a lot today, but Swirls on the Water is definitely a go-to. It's like Pineapple and I. Like if we're stopping at the Poly, we're almost certainly going to Pineapple and I for some Dole Whip. And then same thing when we're in Disney Springs. If we are there, we're almost certainly going for, something sweet at Swirls on the Water at some point during the evening.
Yeah. Especially with our kids. They are not, maybe as they get older, they will, but they're not big cake, pie kids or whatever, dessert kids. They're more like, give me ice cream and I'm happy type thing.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And where did we eat? I think we ate at Summer House on the Lake.
We did,
And instead of having a cookie, we went to Swirls on the Water, right?
Because we knew that's what they would have preferred.
Yeah, everybody got a swirl and it was a good way to end the night. Now, like we said, this isn't an exhaustive list of all the snacks available at Disney resorts or Disney Springs, but it should give you a good idea of some of the snacks that are available and maybe, give you some inspiration as to what you'd like to try during your trip. Like we said, some snacks at the resorts are definitely worth traveling for. So think the Mickey beignets over at French Quarter, while some of the others we wouldn't likely go to unless we were actually staying there. For Disney Springs, you've literally got like a ton of options. So it really comes down to what your plans are while you're walking around the springs and what you're feeling like having in the moment. With that said, thank you for joining us today to talk Disney snacks. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And as always, if you could leave us a rating and review, it would be greatly appreciated. If you choose to do so, you can leave reviews right on Apple Podcasts. And for Spotify, you can leave a rating.
You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Let's Go to Disney, as well as on our Facebook page, Let's Go to Disney. We share some helpful reels here, as well as some fun ones. The link tree in the show notes will take you to all of our socials.
Have a great day, and we'll see you real soon.